Yeah, I think I like it. You have to see the full picture, obviously, and I'll show you later. But look at those Honeycomb LEDs, which have a little light of amber in there, and the rest is this bright LED. Hi and welcome back to the channel. You just saw the finished installation. Now I'll tell you what we're going to do in this video, but you saw it already. We'll be installing a second set of LED lights. This time those are the Honeycomb work light. That's what they will look like. And they have a little amber in it. And again, you might remember we installed the working lights, the LED working lights 5-inch up there in another video, and we'll do a similar installation, but this time, because those Honeycomb working lights come with an amber light here, they're not only having 2 wires we can connect to negative and positive of the battery, they also have a third wire which is just purely for this amber. So you could use a daytime running lights, you can use it for a blinker, or I don't know, because it has a cool look, you just want to have it on when you need it. Totally up to you and up to your use case, but I want to install those. I want to hook them up either to the daytime running lights or to the blinker. Ideally blinker, I think, but we'll get there. Same as last time, those are from Gzminjie. Since I'm really bad in pronouncing the name, Gzminjie. We'll install them now. And therefore, because I have them right next to the other lights or to the other LEDs, I thought about, do I buy a pre-made bracket or do I figure something out myself? So I figured out something myself and I'll show you what it is. So here you can see those are the brackets we installed last time. We'll keep them, we're not changing anything. There are different brackets out there which you can just install here on the side with those bolts and also with the windshield bolt or something, and then it's staying up here. I didn't want to have that, so I decided I'll try to figure out something else. And here you can see I bought this bracket. You can obviously use any type of steel you find. It should be sturdy enough so this one is not wobbling around a lot when driving or off-roading, because otherwise it doesn't make sense. And you also don't want to scratch down here your paint of the car or here, or you don't want to get any dings, anything else. So that's my solution. I had to change the bolts here as well, just to make it more safe, shorter or longer. And that means in my case, this bracket, link in the description below, made in America, which is really nice to see and have and feel, and it's pretty thick, so there's no wiggling around unless the mounting bolts or hardware is not sufficient, or the weight on this one is just too much. So that's why one side is already done. I want to test it and see if this holds up really. So let's start with it. I want to show you the light, what it can do and how it will look like, and then we'll do the installation. So this is a set of 2, and the set does not come with this plug. What I did, I went ahead already and connected the 3 wires to this plug. Those 3 wires are identical to those 3. So red, black, yellow. Obviously for the white, for the normal LED, red and black is important and needed. I will connect it to my Voswitch. You might just connect it to your battery or something and then have a separate switch inside. And this yellow one is the one for the amber. So I want to show you what that actually does look like, so you get a great idea. By the way, those 3-way switches, waterproof, I picked them up on purpose so I can always disconnect if I want to. I don't have to cut wires or anything like that. Link in the description below. It's a set of 6, so I was using them already. They click in place. I'll use black and red first, obviously, for positive and negative. I have a little battery, 12-volt battery here, so... And there we go. It's nice and bright. Just LED lights. In case you want to use the yellow one, so yellow and black, black you always need to connect, you will see the amber is kicking in, which is just the middle. But, which is pretty nice to be honest, I like it. But when you have yellow and red connected at the same time to a positive source and the black one to a negative. So what will happen? Both lights will illuminate at the same time. You try to do amber, and now the other one, the white kicks in, illuminates everything. Let me give you a little better understanding what I'm talking about. The white amber, both together. There we go. So the white one is always brighter, as you can see. And the first thing we'll do, we'll install this bracket, which means I'll disassemble, which means I'll take off the other side and we'll assemble it here on the table first, so it's sturdy and I'm not doing any scratches to the paint of the car. I'm really worried about that part. And then we'll talk about how to connect everything properly. First thing first, we need to take a T40, unscrew those 2 bolts, and then we'll work on the bracket up here to just loosen it. Next, we'll work on the bracket, because this piece is held in by those bolts up there. Now I can take it out and lay it up there. Now I can pull this out. Same like last time. Enough access here. Perfect. All right. That's what I meant with I can easily disconnect it. Now everything is off. Now we'll focus on disassembly. So in my case, because I'm adding this bracket up here, I need a little longer bolt. So it means completely taking this off before we do anything else. And to replace this bolt here, I need to take the entire bracket off again. So we'll be using an M8 30mm instead of, I think it's 25. The nice thing about it, it should be fitting in here as well. I feel like the head is a little tiny bit smaller, but so far this did work, so it didn't spin. I'll test it. I went ahead and tightened this a little bit so I can still move it around, but later I have to really tighten it way more. So the orientation is, for me at least, in this. So that means this is front. I want to have it installed some kind of this pattern. I have this Honeycomb LED sitting a little bit more back. So I'll show you what I mean with this. Here, this is the car side. And then here on the side, towards the back, towards the windshield, that's where the Honeycomb will sit. So I'll mount this. And also, they provided mounting hardware, as well as a little hex head. You might loosen, or might have to loosen here on the side, this little bolt, as well as this one, so you can wiggle around, because otherwise you won't be able to stick the bolt through. So what they provided is an M10 in this case. And this M10 can be shorter. It doesn't need to be that long. I replaced it with an M10 20mm. So you can see the head is pretty much the same as well here. Now you have to fiddle it in to the hole. There we go. Pretty simple. And now we can just put it into the bracket here. There we are, both on one bracket. Obviously, the orientation is wrong as of now, but we'll fix that when installed. Let's do that. It will be mounted like this, basically. And then, of course, the lights will be adjusted so they are in parallel with the other one. The wires are going into this little space behind there, so the slot is wide enough, basically, of this panel. And I do have already both connector wires over here, which means I know I need the 3 wires, and I do need, for this big one, as mentioned in the other video, I only need 2 wires. So I need to connect those, and I can go ahead and do that already. So I'm placing it up here in the silicone mat, and now I'm not destroying everything. So what I want to do is pushing in the wire already, as far as I can. Great, perfect. Okay, now I can screw those in. That's better. It sits flush again. It's nice. All right. This piece is plastic, so don't overdo it. All right, perfect. Now you can manually adjust them here, how you want to have it angled. As well, I still have the opportunity to push this bracket more back, so it aligns with the other side as well, and it's pretty flush what I want to have, and I'll do that now. I think I'm getting there, that's good. Don't forget also to tighten those bolts on the side for the angle. First thing we need to do, open the engine hood. Second, we need to take off the grill. There's a video where I installed those headlights. We need to do everything reverse, basically take off the grill and also take off those headlights, because we need to get to the accurate and right blinker or DRL wire, which are connected to this headlight here, or they might be underneath here, but we need to fill and move the wire through here onto the fender, because we need to get to this light, basically the blinker or the DRL, whatever you want to do. So look at the video, watch it. Under that there are 6 of those clips we need to take off and then pull it back, and that's all we need to do. So I'll go ahead and do this. We're working also on the side where we installed the LED lights. So we'll take off 1, 2, 3 bolts. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There we go. And ideally it's a 10 millimeters. And the wire I'm talking about are the yellow wires back here. Those are the wires I pulled already over from this blinker and the daytime running light. So one of those will be the blinker light. So next what I will do, I'll use the set T-tap splice wire connector. A T-tap basically. Those yellow wires are, I believe, 18 or smaller. So I'll use a red one, which I will put in and clip in basically. So let me see if I can get you a little closer at least, so you see what's happening. That's basically all. When you know which one it is, perfect, you just can. Next step will be, we have to get the wire, which is the yellow one, basically. I tucked it in here already, so I have to just pull it out again. The yellow one, I need to route all the way down there, making sure it doesn't touch any hot surface or whatever. Okay, so I did connect it here. I had to test both. So one is for sure the daytime running light, so I have set up mine for the daytime running light. I somehow encountered some issues with the blinker, so wasn't able to connect it because they didn't function. I have to double check why that is, so for now I'll keep it for the daytime running lights. Both are connected like that. I'll close everything up and I'll show you how it looks like. Pretty cool, it did work, installation is done. I hope it helped you, but still I have to figure out one more thing, which is the blinker, because now I only have the daytime running light up and running, but I'll have to do a little more research on it. I'll do that offline, as we all say, and I'll get back to you. I hope I can find, maybe you have some suggestions where I have to plug it in, the yellow wire, so I get not only the daytime running light, I get also the blinker, or one or the other, not both, would be great. I hope you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more stuff like that. Overlanding, camping, renewable energy, stuff like that, all in one channel. So thanks for watching. See you next time. Cheers!